Hello there. This video is going to be a more spiritually centered video to help you have faith and receive encouragement. As I presented about the situation with the money and the banking situation, and also other videos I've done before on Christianity and on Sikhism. I'm just sharing my insights as to the truth on these various things. I'm going to read from the Christian Bible, Revelation 12, and this has to do with the spiritual battle. Basically, the trouble started is when certain angels and archangels, which are spiritual powers and authorities, went against God's divine plan and broke the rules, so they had to kick them out of heaven, and they got thrown down into earth or lower dimensions, because the word, actually the code word, the meaning of the word heaven is dimensions. It's because they didn't have the correct understanding of things, but that's what it means. It means higher and lower. They're higher and lower dimensions. So, anyways, we're going to read this, and in the Book of Revelation is written in a very mystical, symbolic way. I'm not going to sit here and explain all the meanings of it, but just read and listen to what I'm going to read here. And if you're a Christian, you probably know what it's about, but if you're not of another faith, you can learn about this stuff. It's a very important key thing to understand what's going on. It is not just a physical war that's going on. Now a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a garland of 12 stars. Then, being with child, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 diadems on his heads. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and drew them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman and was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she was born a male child who was to rule the nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up to God and his throne. Then the woman fled into the wilderness, and she has a place prepared by God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Verse 7. And war broke out in heaven. Michael, which is now my own comment here, which is referring to Archangel Michael, and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and its angels fought. But they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them in heaven any longer. So the great dragon was cast out, and the old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceived the whole world. He was cast out with him, and his angels. And I heard a loud voice in heaven, now salvation and strength and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ hath come. For the accuser of the brethren who accused them before our God day and night has been cast down, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, and before the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. And now when the dragon saw that he was cast to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. But the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, and that she might fly into the wilderness to her place where she was nourished for a time and times and a half from the presence of the serpent. So the serpent swelled out of his mouth like a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away by the flood. But the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon had spewed out of his mouth, and the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to make war with the rest of her offspring, who kept the commandments of God and had the testimony of Jesus Christ. Finish up part 1. Continuation for video, second part 2.